Sir, how you doing, brother?
Hey, good afternoon, Christian. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. Actually, I was gonna go over there. I was in Florida and I was in Pembroke Pines last week, and I
Wow,
thought about
pretty
going by
close.
your office.
I'm in Miami Lakes.
Yeah. You said that, so I thought about going by there, but I was only there for a few hours, and so I had too many things to do, and I couldn't go by. But yeah, I thought about you when I was there.
Okay, don't worry.
Sure. And I did ask you the other day where were you located? Tú hablas español, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí, sí.
Okay. Oh, there's someone else. Okay. I'll ask you where you were located because I think I'm gonna have a referral for you here soon.
Excellent.
My,
Let me know.
yeah, it's my mother-in-law. It's she needs to sell her house, and I'm gonna send it your way. She's close to Miami Lakes. So
Excellent.
she's in
No,
Miami.
anyways, I can work all Miami-Dade and Broward.
Great. Awesome.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Hey, good, how are you?
That octopus behind you, huh?
I came back thinking more. Something happened here. Okay.
Yeah, I just turned the recording on. Sorry.
Yeah. So after coming back from the event, then my thought was not on contacts, but on appointments. And
Exactly.
that just single fact there alone changed everything. Because now I was thinking about, okay, how many appointments I want to set today? I want to set 2 appointments. And I didn't care how many contacts I had. I could, sometimes I had 50 contacts, sometimes I had 75 contacts. But my goal was on appointments. And that made it so much easier for me. From that point on, almost there was about 2 weeks after coming back from the event that almost every single day I was setting an appointment.
Nice.
And that blew my mind. I was like, this is incredible. And I wanted to share with everyone that I had around me at that time.
Yeah, because that's the way our mind works. Isn't amazing? It's like if you're going for contacts, you get the contacts. If you're going for the appointments, you get the appointments.
Yeah.
If you're going for time on the phone, you get the time on the phone, but you don't get the contacts and you don't get the appointments.
Absolutely. And that you reminded me on that last week when you mentioned that. And I was like, man, that's exactly what happened. I changed my mindset and everything changed. And not only me, but also the people that were working with me on the daily basis back then. I shared that with them. We started just focusing on appointments, and everyone started getting appointments, and our whole business has changed. Now I'm in track to close about 6.5 million this year, which is more than doubling what I had closed the last 3 years consecutively.
Yeah.
So I
So
put
is there
together here some
anything
of,
you want to share on the so we can all see him on the
I
screen?
tried. Thing is, when I go to the Google Drive, it's making me log in on the website, and I don't have those credentials right now.
Okay, but
So,
whatever you're seeing, you can share it. Don't worry.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Just put share
Oh,
screen and that's it.
oh, I see. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up first. I thought I had to because he said share Google Drive, and but I can share my screen, then that'll be better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
There you go.
that prospecting school, you recommend going to that?
Absolutely, man. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the one thing I would
Yeah, I
definitely
went
say.
twice. It's amazing.
You went twice?
Yes, you know what they do? They give you a special headset. You're not using yours. So
Okay.
every time one of the guys prospecting get into a conversation, the coach step behind you and plug his own headset onto yours. So you hear what the coach says, but your customer doesn't.
Oh, no way. So he helps you through it.
Exactly. So and he can hear the customer. So whatever the customer say, he said to you, now say blah 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 blah. You say blah 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 blah. Okay, and but now blah blah blah. And he said, now you said blah 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 blah. You said okay. You set the appointment. Boom. Go to the next one.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. That one and also the productivity school. Those two, man, amazing. Really, it changed everything for me.
The productivity school?
The
No, that
productivity
is
school.
prospecting school or prospecting clinic. I think they call it now.
Okay.
It's 2 days
So
in Las Vegas,
yeah,
but believe
so
me,
that one,
totally worth
that,
it.
that one, and then the also the productivity school is also really, really good as well.
Okay.
Let me double check here. You guys can see my screen or
Yeah, we can.
okay, good. So so these are some of the thoughts, the Mike Ferry thoughts on mindset. And what I want to do is just go over go over them, and then we can talk about each one. If you have anything to add, just add it, and we'll move on.
Yes, of course.
So number one, so eliminate the option called failure. That one was a big one for me because I would go to a listing appointment and I didn't get it, and man, that will ruin me for a couple of days at least. Because I was like, man, how come I didn't get it? And then I saw whoever got it, and I knew that person, and I thought I could do better than them, and then they got it and I didn't. What's going on here? And so that was a big one for me. Seeing failure as actual failure and not seeing it as an opportunity to learn from that and just move on.
Yeah.
Number two is negative thinking is always more powerful than positive thinking. We have to eliminate negative thinking. Number three is we must develop an unwavering desire to achieve our business goal in spite of the daily ups and downs we will encounter. And out of all of these, and this I think is 17 thoughts that I heard from Mike Ferry, the audio that they
Go one
sent
by
you.
one. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to say is out of the 17 that are there, if I have to take one, and in my opinion, the most important one out of all of this, it's the one that says about the people that you surround yourself and the environment that you create around you is the single most important thing, because and that's exactly what happened when I came back from the school. The people that were there, I was trying to share some of these things that I had learned, and some of them took it, some of them didn't, and then the environment got a little weird, and so that environment kind of shift. Some of those guys just went their way, and I stayed with the other ones that actually went with me to the event. And also, we are doing a lot better than the other numbers wise. All right, so number four, both our personal and business environments are critical to controlling and keeping a positive mindset. That's a one. That's a one I think is the single most important aspect of mindset, the environment, the people that we surround ourselves with. Number five, don't forget the power of affirmations. Reaffirm out loud, in writing, or in your mind what you want to accomplish daily. I personally use the daily cheat, the Mike Ferry daily cheat. And I don't know if you guys use it, but when I go through it, it gives you affirmations that you can repeat and check mark. And also it tells you and asks you what is your mindset today? You're in a winning mindset, successful, happy. And then, when you write it down, when I write it down, I kind of start feeling that way because I'm kind of committed to it now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see me. Can you see me, or do you only see my
Yes,
screen?
we can see you too.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna show the sheet, but I wasn't sure. All right. Number 6, to create a stronger mindset, spend less time comparing yourself to others and more time trying to attain what's in your business plan. That was a big one for me as well. I was in a group before that where there was a lot of high producing people, and believe it or not, I thought back then that wasn't helping me. I thought that was actually hurting me because I saw them going on appointments and getting all this success, and I would get upset about that. And now I understand that I want to be in that environment because that helps me grow and actually get more.
Yeah.
Number 7, major portion of your business is based upon these 3 words: attitude, approach, and expectation. Work to understand the power of these 3 words. And that's what I go into work every day in the morning, thinking about my attitude. What is my attitude? How I'm gonna get this done, and the expectation that from that point on, when I went to that event, is today I need to get an appointment or 2 appointments, and I'm not gonna stop until I actually get it, and it works. Number 8, spend a few minutes several times a day in solitude. This gives you the time to generate positive thoughts. I definitely need to do that a lot more. Number 9, discipline is a critical factor in maintaining a strong mindset. Discipline starts with conquering little things, pick one thing and work on it for 90 days straight. That one specifically, I can't relate very much for when I go to the gym and I work out. There's no one thing I can do. You're not going to go to the gym for 2 days, work as hard as you can, and see results, right? You have to go in and you got to do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and then keep on going. And then at the end of the day, maybe 90 days, maybe 180 days is when you're going to start seeing results. So it takes that consistent work instead of just going one day and try to kill it, and you're not going to see anything.
Yeah, and I think that it talks about not only the results you're going to have in 90 days, but on start the day doing the right thing. If you start the day doing the right thing, you keep going on the right things. It's like you decide to go today to the gym. Then you have the choice. What am I going to have for breakfast? A piece of cake, or I'm going to have a couple of eggs? And you say, I did exercise, so I better get a couple of eggs, to not ruin my workout with this cake. And you start making better decisions, one after the other.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if it happens to you guys, but when I wake up early and I work out before doing anything, I get a lot more accomplished and I feel a lot better than when I'm late to work and I just got up, and when I'm late to work and I get to the office ready to just try to do something.
You get upset because you said, "Oh, I'm 2 hours late. I should be doing prospecting these 2 hours." Yeah.
Yeah.
I get there every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 12, remember that your ego will not only ruin your business, but it will keep you from following the system daily. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it happens to me all the time, and I try to correct that, because part of my system is practicing my scripts in the morning. And a lot of times I'm like, man, why keep doing this? I know the scripts, I know what I'm going to say. And then I got to check myself and say, okay, I know that if I do it every day, I'll get better. And, it's warm in my system, it's still there. Same thing with, practicing the presentation weekly. I practice twice a week with a group of people. And sometimes it's boring because you're going there to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
That's just our egos telling us. Number 13, we must make the top decision to move away from traditional or non-productive real estate activities and doing the micro sales system 100% of the time. And that goes to what you were talking about earlier. The more you can follow the system, the less of other things that you do, the more successful you're going to be. Number 14, remove the drama now. Remove the drama now. It costs us time, money, and ruins our emotions.
Yep.
Number 15, we must make the decision that we're willing to be coached 100%, and then develop the skills of a coachable person. Number 16, affirmations work in both positive and negative manners. If you tell yourself that you cannot do something on a repetitive basis, you're affirming in your mind that you cannot do it.
Yeah.
And that one is a big one. I mean, huge one. And number 17, we become like the people we associate with. And there's a question there. Are the people around you and us contributing or taking away from the power to from our power to succeed? And that's a big one I ask myself all the time, because sometimes there's new people that come into my circle, especially work. A lot of agents in my office brand new, and they want to be around. And sometimes they're negative, and that I've realized that if you start, even you can be the most positive person out there, but if you start surrounding yourself with negative people, it kind of takes from there. And
I went to, this is quick. I went to a conference with Tim Grover, which is the author of Relentless, a book that I recommend you all to see. It's amazing. And he said that we don't keep our trash on the kitchen for more than one day, right?
Right.
Because if you do, it start to smell. So he said, we need to take the garbage out of our life consistently every single day. Every single day we have one person at work, in our personal life, that you need to go straight to the garbage.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like, if it doesn't add anything good to your life or to your work, just kick them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure they don't come back.
Right. Right. That's an important one too. Make sure they don't come back.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and then I kind of just search around and found a couple of mindset hacks, if you will. And some of them are: catch yourself thinking negative. Like, it happens to me all the time in the morning. I tell one of my coworkers, man, this expires, no one is answering. And then I'm like, oh, why am I saying it? And then I go back to Mike Ferry quote, and he's like, oh, well, I forgot what it is. It's more like, oh, they're home, they're happy, and they want to listen, right? And when you change that, it's just, it's just a mindset. And if I go down the road of they're not answering, very soon I'll probably quit making phone calls, because in my mind is, okay, they're not answering, why am I making calls? And so switching the mindset, it's a big one.
They are the bad leads, so they are not answering, so you can get faster to the good lead who's the appointment.
Yeah. So a good friend of mine, he says all the time, he's like, the people that curse you on the phone, or they don't want to talk to you, or they hang up, those are the people you're not looking for. You're looking for the ones that actually want to talk to you and actually want to listen with you, right? And that's so true. I think that about that all the time.
Yeah.
The second one here: flip negative thoughts with positive ones, just like that. They're answering, they're not answering, like you said, because those are not the ones that I need to be talking to. The third one here is develop a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. And I've been working on that specifically lately. And I understood that fixed mindset is when you have a specific goal, a specific outcome, and you have these goals in order to reach your outcome. And so if one of your goals, if you don't hit it, or you fail, then everything else, the whole plan, is broken. A growth mindset is more of a never-ending outcome. It's always when you're working towards a goal, but the actual goal is the process of working towards it. So you fail, you understand why, and then you go back and you fix it and you continue to go. So having a growth mindset, that's currently where I'm at on working on my mindset. And it says, enjoy making mistakes, because mistakes are opportunities. Detach from the outcome, goes back to the same thing. And expand your mind by reading more inspirational books, listening to inspirational podcasts, spend time with people who do more than you are doing. That is a big one. And everything in my life that's gone well, there it is, you guys. Everything in my life that's gone well, very, very well, is because I'm always surrounded with people that I could learn something from. And that always took me farther away than surrounded with people that they were looking up to me, and I didn't have anybody else to look up to. And then the last one is attend 3 to 4 events per year that can help you with your mindset, like the Mike Ferry events, or I've been to Tony Robbins events that are really good, even though they're not real estate related, they're mindset related.
You sound like Tony Robbins, actually.
Me? I wish. But yeah, that's all I have. If you guys want to add something, we can mastermind, share.
Excellent. Perfect. You know, I don't have anything else to add. You did a great job here.
Thank you.
Great job, Isaiah, for sure.
Well, thank you. Really appreciate
These
it.
are some fantastic points. I mean, you know, it's just the one, I mean, there's so many, but remember, always be honest with yourself about where your skills are so you can develop the mental strength to win daily. That is like, you know, oh, I don't need to script practice. I know what I'm saying. I've made 1,000 calls, right? Like, I know what I'm saying. Like, no, you're still not, you know, you're still not perfect, right? So still
Yep.
gotta do those daily disciplines, the easier it gets. The NFL, you know, people practice more than the non-NFL people, right? And there's a reason why they do that, like what Mike always says.
Just imagine, I have one of the members of my team that used to play basketball, right? In college, and he got an injury, so he couldn't play anymore. But he said that his coach made them do 1,000 shots every single day. It's like 1,000 times, 1,000 times. And even at the point that he was great doing it, he noticed that every single day he puts in 1 or 2 more shots.
Wow.
You know, so it's like, that's why we need to keep role playing. We need to keep talking to each other. We need to keep calling people. You need to keep practicing the scripts and the objection handlers, because at the end, the more we do it, we out of as I just told you, even out of 1,000 chances, if you can improve, just getting 1 more every single day, you know, you're gonna become great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll share with you guys something I learned recently that I thought it only happened to me because I never asked anybody else or any other agent out there. It's happened a lot that I go through these waves of bad and good mindset, right? Like sometimes I'm very motivated, I'm ready to go, kill and make calls, get appointments, get listings, make money. And sometimes I'm on the other end of that, man, this is so hard to do. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. And then like, man, you know, is this happening to me only? Or so I talked to my coach, and he's been in the business for a while, for a long time, very successful guy. And I also spoke to other agents that I practice with, and we all go through this. We all go through the same things, the ups and downs. And I think that the people that stay in the business and that continue to get successful are the ones that can rebound from that as quickly as they can. It's okay to allow yourself to do that, but then you got to know how to come back stronger and as quick as you can. And that's what my coach taught me last week when we talked about, because I thought it was just me, and I'm like, man, maybe it's time for me to just start looking around at different things, because my mindset wasn't in the right place. And he told me we all go through it. He said, I go through that almost 3 times a year, and it just happens.
That's why it's not about motivation, it's about discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah. So
And you have to
try make
recognize
this
it.
relentless.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great book, Relentless. You have to recognize it before you can get out of it. And that's what some people struggle with, is they're in it and they don't even know that they're in it. I know I went through many years like that, but that's definitely a huge win, is that, oh, I can see it now. And then a lot of that came from coaching. There's somebody from the outside saying, the way that your language is on this call is different than it was, you know, a week or 2 weeks ago. So I don't stay in that place for 6 months or a year anymore. the coaching, I think, makes a huge difference. When did you go to prospecting clinic?
I did it in March of this year. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Who, and you said Tony did it?
Prospecting. Tony Smith.
Yeah.
Uh,
Went to one with
first
Tony.
time I met him, and everything in that event blew my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, huge fan. Are you going, is anyone going in December?
I don't know, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a bad decision to go.
Right. No, you won't regret it.
Yeah, I think for me, the 4 events, like that is my commitment next year, no matter what, 4 Mike Ferry events. I just, I feel like Superstar Retreat, like, listen to Bernie. I don't know if you guys heard Bernie's last interview they released on the podcast, but he would get all excited and then he'd go back home, lock his door, and he'd be so lonely, right? And I'm like, well, I'm the same way as Bernie, just on a different level, obviously. But so what I take from Superstar Retreat and with you
Remember,
guys
we're gonna get cut in less than a minute. All right.
yeah, it's just so helpful that you guys are here and it's not so lonely, right? So I'm so grateful for this group and continuing to learn with you all.
Me too.
Well,
Thank you